Hi, I'm Carson Reed. I'm the owner of a campervan conversion and rental business out in Seattle, Washington. And today I wanted to show you a custom battery bank that we're putting in our latest campervan conversion. This campervan is going to be a platform bed, and we're actually going to include two electric bikes in your campervan rental. And so, one of the things that we knew we had to do was build a battery bank that could handle the power not only for the bikes but also a 12-volt Dometic air conditioner that we put on there and our induction stove and all of our other appliances. And we knew that with the amount of storage we needed, we couldn't actually go with 6 Battleborn batteries. Now, we love Battleborn batteries. They've been amazing. They have a 10-year warranty. They have by far the best customer support in the industry. But they take up a lot of space. Now, they have bigger versions, but they still take up a lot of space relative to something that you can build yourself. And they're really expensive. I think they're worth the cost. So we're going to continue using them in our campervan builds. But we wanted to try something a little bit different that would save a lot of space and actually be pretty cost effective. So this bank right here is 600 amp hours of Battleborn batteries. That'll run you over $5,000 if you buy it off the shelf. This battery bank, all in, every part, shipping, direct cost of the batteries, is about $1,400. So when you're looking at those numbers, it seems like it makes sense. It seems like it's something that you should do. I will tell you, it has been a lot of work, tons of research. Will Prowse from YouTube has been extremely helpful. Would highly recommend watching his videos. There have been a ton of other helpful people where I've read their forums, their YouTube videos, so could not have done this alone. Also, my co-owner is an electrical engineer by trade, so had a lot of help building this custom battery bank out. But wanted something that was really clean. And so I'm just going to quickly walk you through how we built this battery bank, because it is, I think, one of the cleaner custom battery banks that you'll see. So the battery itself has 8 individual cells. Each of these cells are 280 amp hour, 3.2 volt EVE cells. And these are wired in essentially a 4S2P, which means each of these batteries, 4 of them are wired in series, getting you to a 280 amp hour 12 volt battery bank. And then we have 2 in parallel. So there are 2 sets of batteries, which is why you see 2 BMSs and the batteries themselves connected with the 2 terminal posts. The case itself was made out of 1/2-inch cutting board. And I bought 12 by 24 inch cutting board off of Amazon and cut it down into 8-inch strips. Laid the battery bank in there, cut some holes for some all-thread rod. I think this is 3/8-inch all-thread rod. Have 4 of those, and then took aluminum angle iron, and this gives you a little more cross support across the battery bank, but also gives you a really nice handle to pick up. Now these are heavy batteries, but with the tension coming across this way between the 2 all-thread rods, as well as high strength epoxy and 3 vertical screws that I put up from the bottom, I can actually pick this entire battery bank up and bring it into the camper van without a problem. Moving on from there, we used Overkill Solar BMSs, and so we have 2 BMSs that are 4S, so 4 batteries in series. Again, Will Prowse was kind of the inspiration for this. He recommends Overkill Solar. They were great. Their customer support was extremely helpful, helping us make sure that we got the right setup for our battery bank. And so we wired these to each of the battery banks themselves, took 1/4-inch acrylic and got it cut down at Tap Plastics, which is local to Seattle, but also in a lot of other places. So this is just 1/4-inch, spans across angle iron, which is the support, as well as giving some tension to make sure that this is actually very, very rigid. I originally got smaller acrylic and it wasn't as rigid. But that's pretty much the battery bank. We were going to cover the battery bank. I bought some acrylic that I can put over it. But I actually changed the design of the terminals themselves. I was originally going to have a bus bar that I bent up here, and I was actually going to make it go vertical so we could tap the lugs into it and cover this in acrylic. But as we were designing it, really realized that I didn't really need a case because I'm building a case in the camper van itself. And so it's going to be enclosed, not exposed to anything. And then we will just take the terminals and put the positive here and the negative here. And so it wasn't really worth the effort of the time to build a fully enclosed acrylic case, although it would look really nice and I still can do it. I'm probably not going to. So we have a lot of experience with Battleborn batteries. Have had a great experience with them. I'm going to try this out. We're going to do some long beta tests once our van is complete. I'm going to take it out, test it out as much as we can, and we'll put it through a really good round of tests before we ever put it on the road with renters. But one of the benefits of my business is that we build the camper vans and we rent them. So we're getting about 40, 50, 60,000 miles a year on our camper vans. And we get to really stress test systems. Now I can say Battleborn has passed those stress tests. These cells, we will see how many cycles they run through or if there are any problems. If there are problems, we're going to swap it out with Battleborn batteries, maybe SOKs. We really like Battleborn though, but we'll kind of see how that goes. But I will keep you updated if anyone's interested on the progress of these batteries, if we like them, if we would do them again, or answer any questions anyone has.